This is a review for the Hokema B17 Kalimba, a 17-tine kalimba with a beautiful sustained sound built on a solid cherry wood body. This is a gorgeous kalimba, very musical and intuitive to play. The kalimba is a unique instrument with an ancient historical past. This instrument, also known as an mbira, or commonly known as a thumb piano here in the West, is a traditional instrument from the tribes of Africa, dating back over 3,000 years. Hokema is a musical instrument company out of Germany known for their high quality and beautiful sounding kalimbas. What sets them apart and makes them unique in their sound and tonal quality is the long sustain and even playability throughout the entire scale. The B17 is a 17-note kalimba based around the C major scale, starting on middle C of the piano and going up over 2 octaves to a high D and E note. Because of the way the instrument is laid out, you can play beautiful glissando-style chords with individual note melodies over top. These quality instruments are perfect for all levels of musicians, from young children to experienced professional musicians that want to add another tonal color to their palette. These instruments stand as both intuitive and simple to play, and at the same time, so beautifully tuned and perfect for more complex musical ideas. As a composer and producer in the studio, as well as a live looping multi-instrumentalist, I find these kalimbas give me inspiration and a unique sound color to create with.
Christina Sofina here with Vision Quest Sound at NAMM, and we're always looking for peculiar and interesting instruments, and here is one. Brandon, can you tell me a little bit more about this kalimba?
Sure, Christina. This is a Sansula, which is a variation of the kalimba. This is cool because it's one of the world's oldest instruments. It's over 3,000 years old. But what Peter Hokema and Hugo Hokema did is they put it on a drum head to give it this wah-wah sound, and it opens up a whole new world of possibilities. And I play it percussively, so I have a drum set built in, I got my melodies, I got my harmonies, and I use this thing to get off my phone and have more analog time in my life and play for kids and elders. It's beautiful. We have all sorts of different kalimbas tuned in different tunings. We have kalimbas over here, small ones with short scales. We have bigger ones with bigger ranges. We have Sansulas on the heads. And this one right here, this is designed to be played with 2 people. So it creates a musical connection between 2 people, and you can feel it through the wood. It's really special. Yeah. And then you get into the groove, and you connect with another human through music, even with an instrument you've never touched. Look at how good that sounds. Right. Thanks, Christina.
Hey, it's Andrew Huang, and welcome to another episode of Weird Gear. Focus on an acoustic rather than an electronic instrument this time, and I found the perfect thing when I stumbled upon the Sansula. This is made by a company called Hokema. It's in the Kalimba family, if you're familiar with Kalimbas, but it's a little bit weird. Let me show you why. So a few years ago, I fell in love with Kalimbas, and I wanted to start a collection, and I collected a grand total of one. I got this in Hawaii, as you can see from it saying Hawaii on it. Kalimbas, though, are African in origin, and they essentially consist of these metal tines that are affixed to some kind of resonant cavity, and you just play them with your thumbs like that. They're also called thumb pianos sometimes. There were two things that attracted me to Kalimbas. The first is the sound. There's something kind of rough but pleasing about it. I just really like that ringing metal, bit of a buzz sometimes. And there's a really broad range of these kinds of qualities because for the longest time there was no standardization about the shape or size of kalimbas or the materials that they could be made out of. And along with that, there was no standardization of the tuning. Like some of the intervals on this one that I have are microtonal. And I like the idea that each one could be quite unique because they'd have their own quirks with the tuning and the exact sound of each tine. Nowadays though, we're seeing a lot of companies make more standardized kalimbas, and one of them is the Hokema Sansula. So these are mass produced now, these tines are very highly engineered, and the sound is much more uniform, and it's beautiful. Here's the main weird thing, and this is what sold me on getting a Sansula. It's a kalimba affixed to a drum head. But you're not meant necessarily to play it like a drum. It just resonates a lot more in this cavity, which lets you do this. You can do filter sweeps by shaking it around.
Cross a woman and a sheep, with a tongue between my teeth. I'm at 33,000 feet again. I know I used to hold you close. I tried to be the one you
Welcome back to World Drum Club. I'm Kalani, your host and teacher, and this lesson is about this unique Mbira, Kalimba, Kalren, Sansula. This is actually called the Sansula. It's a type of Kalimba. And as you can see, it's got a wooden frame, and it's got a drum head, and then on that is mounted the actual little kalimba unit, and it's got a wood block in the back to provide some weight, and then on the top the tines here, or the keys with a beautiful tuning. Kalren is called the tuning. So what I'm going to show you are a few ways that you can play this instrument and you can get some different sounds out of it. You've already seen a few, but I'll break it down. So the first way is to just hold it in your hands like this and play with your thumbs. And that sounds great. It puts out a nice gentle volume. This is really nice for evening, before you go to bed, playing music for someone else, like bedside music making. You can use it to put some music under a story, or some to accompany yourself in singing, or accompany other musicians, as long as they're playing pretty low volume instruments. Wonderful. Another way you can play this is to place it on a resonant surface. So I've actually got a djembe here, and listen to the difference between when I'm holding it in my hands and then if I place it down on the drum head. Even if I touch a tabletop or anything that can vibrate, even if I just touch a corner, it gets a lot louder. Here it is again. One more thing that I think is a really cool effect, well, two things. One is that you can press it on a surface and it will get louder. It'll use that as a resonant membrane. But then you can also just set it down and let it vibrate a little bit. And in that way, we actually emulate more of a traditional Mbira sound, which has traditionally some little shells or bottle caps or something that will make a vibration sound, a buzzing sound. And that's part of the instrument sound. So we can have kind of a callback to that if we just let it vibrate on the surface. Okay, so a little bit of, funkiness is a good thing. Now, there's another effect that you can do, and this is, let's call it the clamshell. So we're gonna open and close like that, and that'll create a modulation in the timbre and the volume. So we have two different things happening. Modulation in sound quality, call it open and closed, just because that's more literal, and also the volume.
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनम् मृत्योर्मुक्षममृतम् मृत्योर्मुक्षममृतम्
semper vi